Hello friends, I'm here with Holly today, and I don't know what this really is. It's kind of a mix between like a react video and like an experimental makeup video, because I don't think you've seen this before.
No, I definitely have not seen this.
Okay, so I wanted to like kind of explain a little bit beforehand because I think it's just really interesting and it's like really nostalgic to me, because I saw this like when I was just starting to actually commit to Lolita. Like I knew what it was, and my first time watching this I was like, oh, I could never do this, like this looks so hard, and like one day maybe I'll be able to do this. And then I watched it literally like a few months later and was like, this is all wrong, like this is completely incorrect. And what's so interesting about it is that she creates a Lolita look but doesn't really mention the fashion at all. She kind of does it in a cosplay way but not.
Okay.
Which is really interesting because she talks about her references being Lolitas in anime.
Oh.
And like there are Lolitas in anime, but like the reason that they are in anime, like in Paradise Kiss, Rose and Maiden, is because they're inspired by the fashion which exists in real life. Like Gotharita is inspired by an actual Gothic Lolita. But it's like from this perspective, she does, from what I remember, she might have mentioned it all, but I don't think she talks about Lolita fashion.
Did you watch this again recently?
I did, but I kind of watched it and then like stopped and was like, no, I need to make like a video around this. I just watched it enough to know like what we would need for it. It's also like a really interesting time capsule of what makeup tutorials were like in 2010, which is so interesting.
Yeah, I used to watch them back then too, and like right at that time there was not very many.
What's interesting to me is like I've seen people do like cosplays of characters who are Lolitas. But this isn't that. It's like more of taking Lolita as a style, but from anime, and creating a look around it. And at the time, she did other videos kind of similar to this. Like she did like a Tim Burton inspired look that wasn't an actual character. It was just like
inspired.
A bunch of different. So it's just weird to me. Knowledge of Lolita could come from that, you know? When at the same time, there's a fashion that exists. The other thing that I find really interesting and is really nostalgic to me is like at 2010 there wasn't a lot of Lolita content for actual Lolitas. So a lot of us watched this and we're like, this is what we want to do. But again, it's not really based off of Lolita fashion, it's based off of Lolita fashion in anime. It's just so interesting.
I'm sure someone got introduced to it that way.
Today we are going to be reacting and trying to follow along with Michelle Phan's Gothic Lolita doll makeup tutorial. Yay.
Sounds like you're struggling.
Because just anytime there's the word doll in it, it just pains me a little bit. She plays a lot of Canon Wakashima, who does a lot of music around like Lolita fashion, which is really cool and interesting, but can't play it, so it's gonna be cut a little bit weird.
This look was inspired by anime and Gothic Lolita dolls.
Oh, no.
Here I'm using Iku Stippling Foundation Brush. Apply your foundation. My foundation is 2 shades lighter than my natural skin color because I want my skin to look bright like a doll.
Okay, so I don't understand this because I feel like this is perpetuating the stereotype that like Lolitas and dolls in general have to be like pale. First of all, if you're doing actual Lolita makeup, use your own foundation. You don't have to make your skin brighter. I mean, she says brighter, but it's really lighter.
Yeah.
She's using lighter skin tone. Like, if you want to brighten your face, wear highlight.
The other thing, too, is like, if you're really pale already, like us.
Oh, true.
And you have dry skin like me, and you try to put on paler foundation, it just looks so bad because it just like really emphasizes dry skin.
I'm gonna use a stippling brush because that's what she's using.
I never use brushes for foundation, so I refuse.
I'm gonna hate myself. I brought my beauty blender to try and blend it out, but like, even though the beauty blender was introduced into the market in 2007, I feel like people didn't really start using it until much later. How did people use stippling brushes? It makes it so streaky.
Isn't the whole point of stippling brushes that you're supposed to like
Oh, well, wait.
It's a stippling brush, but like swipe it everywhere.
She's like stroking it everywhere, but then it did cut and her face is like smooth, so I feel like she blended it out, but...
I respect your commitment, but I don't have.
I feel like my face looks a lot paler on camera than it does in real life.
That's always the case. We're also against a black backdrop, which you're not used to.
True, I'm not used to. I wanted to have a spooky on-theme goth backdrop.
I've got like the floating head thing going on right now, I think.
Yeah, because you're wearing black.
Alright,
Moving on to eyebrows.
Oh, I'm very
now
scared
start
of this
darkening
one.
your brows. You want to draw them on skinnier and darker than usual.
Okay, so you can see that in between them, she filled them out more and like blended them or something. It also looks like to me like she glued her eyebrows down first.
I think she just covered them in foundation.
They look so flat. Look at them. Those look like they're glued down.
Don't understand why she's putting on like thick black brows and a blonde wig. Like, was that a thing?
I don't know.
Where's your photo of Mana?
Black? They're definitely like a light brown, like
Yeah.
a taupe. And they're also...
Like, they're more
They're
like bigger at
different-
the front and then skinnier.
Yeah, they're a different shape.
Is that what we're using?
No, we're gonna use
using a
pencils, yeah. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Also, my brows are already thicker here. Like, put some concealer on them first, I guess.
Yeah, she didn't
I'm
even-
not gluing them down. I'm not
She
going to
didn't-
that level of commitment. I can't be bothered. You don't need to do this in black. It's so bad.
Okay, Holly. I have blonde wigs for us.
I look so bad in blonde. Like, so bad. I'm not. No. Lord.
I also don't, the next step in her tutorial is wig, and I'm like, why would you put on your wig before you've done your eye makeup?
Don't be scared to go crazy. It looks cooler if they're exaggerated. Skip this
Does
step if your
it?
hair is...
She didn't talk about like blending them out or setting them or anything. I'm gonna put powder over it at least, so it doesn't look like I put crayon on my eyebrows.
In what world?
They actually look good. It's me, Mana. Hello.
You're not allowed to talk if you're gonna be Mana.
Oh shit!
Apply a brown color above the crease. You're creating fake creases, shifting it above your real eyelids because you're going to exaggerate the size of your eyes.
One eyeshadow.
Also, that's like the blending. At the time, she was probably working with some pretty crap eyeshadows, to be fair.
One eyeshadow. Yeah, this ain't right. Oh well.
Now, line your eyes with black. Draw an outline around your crease.
It's kind of like pointed down this way and then pointed here. I feel like you're gonna do a really good job of this and I'm gonna do a terrible job of this. I'm regretting giving you that brush because I feel like you have better eyeliner skills, so you need the handicap of using this brush. But then I could also use this brush as
It's already moving.
an excuse.
Like, it's getting everywhere under my eye.
But I'm gonna set it because I absolutely hate this feeling of like wet eyeliner on my eyelids.
Mana, give me strength.
And draw around the lower lash line. Notice how the shape of your eyes look different now?
Did you notice that your eyes look different now?
See, it's smudging.
Was everyone just smudgy in 2010?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go Reams!
That was such a cute sound.
And start applying
zooms
fake
out.
lashes along the edge of the outline you created on the lids. You're extending the shape of your eyes and giving an illusion that your eyes are more doll-like.
Do we need to use this many of your lashes?
Yeah, these are all not great lashes, so I sacrificed them for this. We'll just divide them between us. I find it interesting that she put one or two on top, but then she put a bunch on the bottom. And I'm worried because I have really weepy eyes, so I never wear bottom lashes. But we're going to today.
Look at mine, this is sticking straight out. It looks so bad.
Can I see?
No, it's just caught.
Stuck on your eye.
I hate this. I hate this. I went into this video being like, I'll look fine. Like, I'm decent at makeup. I can pull this together. No.
This wasn't gonna be like a beauty tutorial.
I know.
Like, even my eyes aren't open as much because the eyelashes are so high, my eyes look very alert. I remember other tutorials at the time doing like Gothic, kind of like Gothic Lolita, but more inspired by Visual K makeup tutorials and them like drawing in eyelashes, and I like had this
I like that better.
I have this very vivid memory of one, and I can't remember who it was. Oh.
It's not even staying.
No, I haven't glued it yet.
Okay.
I just wanted to see what it would look like. Yeah!
You have a lot on. Wait, how many did you put on?
Just, they're thicker.
Okay.
I was contemplating if I need more, because she put like a shit.
She put a lot on, but I'm
hers
kind
were
of
also
lazy.
thinner. Ready for the next step?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now line your lips with a red lip liner. And make sure you're creating a smaller lip shape than your normal lip size. Fill in your lips with a red lip liner. Sculpt around your lips to create a perfect edge, like a real doll.
I don't think I'm gonna make them that small.
I want to try it. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to just give myself tiny, they're so small.
I didn't even do them that smaller, and I'm just like, it feels wrong. I can't, like, I physically can't. My hand's like, no! I'm bigger.
Like, how small, though? I'm scared.
No. I
I look like I have the lips of a child.
Also, I look awful in blonde wigs because a lot of people assume because I'm pale I have a pink undertone, but I don't. I have a pretty yellow undertone, so then when I put yellow hair on top of that, I look like garbage. Let's get this over with.
You don't have to wear it if you don't want.
No, I have to wear it.
You
Are
have
you kidding me?
Do you want a curlier one or a straighter one?
They're both gonna look bad on me. Doesn't matter. Whatever you don't want. I hate this with every fiber of my being. I look so ugly.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I think this is like the ugliest I've ever looked.
There was no blush. There was no highlight. There was no one eyeshadow.
I just should not be allowed to wear blonde wigs. Unless they're like ash gray.
Like a
blonde.
cool tone blonde
That's
wig.
it. This is not it. I don't know.
I feel like with the whole look together, it works in like an old school Lolita way, in like a way that like we don't know what we're doing, but we're wearing Lolita.
I feel like I'd be eaten alive if I actually wore this.
Try not wearing Lolita. Well, now we've experienced what Gothic Lolitas had in 2010.
I'm so sorry.
Come a long way from 2010, and I'm glad that we have a lot more resources out there, and that there's just like more acceptance of makeup in general, because the references that I looked at for Sweet Lolita in 2010, a lot of them didn't wear a lot of makeup, and I got so much for wearing just colored eyeshadow, and now I feel like there's a lot more.
It's kind of the opposite.
Yeah, there's
like, I know there's people who feel kind of shamed if they don't wear makeup.
Yeah. It's really interesting, and we've kind of gotten to a point in Lolita where, even though people do feel shame like they shouldn't wear makeup, there's just a lot more acceptance in general and a lot more experimentation, even if we feel like there is compared to back then. I'm curious if any of you saw this video in the past, and if any of you tried it or based your makeup off of it. let me know in the comments.
Thing is,
below.
like, this doesn't look that bad on you.
It doesn't look that bad on you either.
Stop, it looks so bad.
No, it doesn't. I just think that you're thrown off by the blonde wig, and I wear blonde wigs a lot, so like it doesn't throw you off because I wear blonde wigs.
Shade of blonde, just jaundice.
I'll just add some like Malice Miser type filters over this so
Just
you can't even see anything.
It so much. Make me have no nose.
Nose is gone.
Noses aren't gone.
If there's any other tutorials that you are nostalgic about and want to see Holly and I try, convince her in the comments and let us know. Stay lovely.